morning. You can go when you're ready.
Good morning. Am I close enough?
Just pull, you can pull the base of it a little closer. Yeah, thank you.
Better?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, Chair Kafori and County Commissioners. My name is Char Penny, and I'm with the Lentz Neighborhood Livability Association. On November 5th, Mayor Ted Wheeler will be coming out to Lentz for a town hall to discuss the safety and livability issues in our neighborhood. Since the beginning of this year, East Portland has experienced a large percentage of the violent crimes committed in the city of Portland. This is a short list of crimes between March and April of 2019. 1. Drive-by shooting at the Shell station on 82nd and Foster. Shot through car window. Customer was in the store at the time. The bullet would have gone right into his chest had he been sitting in the car. Number 2. Murder at Hing Ming's on 83rd and Foster. 3. A 44-year-old gentleman was murdered at 103rd and Reedway. Found dead in front yard. Understand he heard his car alarm go off and went out to investigate. 4. Murder at Plaid Pantry on 104th and Holgate. 5. Shooting at 148th and Stark at an apartment complex. 6. Robert Louis IV killed near 92nd and Henry. 7th. James G. Richardson killed at 84th and Southeast Ellis. 8. Speeder riding motorcycle down 83rd off Foster, claiming he was armed and threatened neighbors. 9. Stabbing at 131st and Southeast Center Street by suspect. 42-year-old Jeb Colin Brock found dead. 10. Armed driver driving a red Mustang with a white fender, harassing an older Hispanic gentleman at the Shell station on 82nd Avenue. These all happened between March and April. Around the end of September this year, East Precinct Police went out on the Springwater corridor and picked up 27 individuals on outstanding warrants. We get reports of burglaries and shootings on a daily basis. People are afraid to leave their homes at night or even going to the corner grocery store. The small grocery stores are being terrorized by the uptick in violence against themselves and their employees. There is a huge criminal element out there on the street, victimizing not only the housed, but also the unhoused. It's time to consider Wapato as a solution to these violent criminals. Wapato has a large group of supporters from mental health professionals to homeless advocates. We are on a deadline. We need your help. Please look at Wapato as a solution for these repeat criminal offenders. Please rethink your decision of allowing this property to be turned into yet another warehouse. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Chair Kafori and County Commissioners. My name is David Potts, and I'm with the Lentz Neighborhood Livability Association. When I spoke here last month, I may have offended some by my remarks, and if so, I truly apologize. I live in a quiet neighborhood by Lentz standards, at least. It used to feel like a safe neighborhood. Petty theft, car prowls, and burglaries have left the neighborhood feeling vulnerable. More and more homes have sprouted security cameras, and I lament the sense that we're becoming an armed enclave, not just here, but throughout Lentz. A gate banging in the wind resulted in a neighbor calling the police because they feared there was a prowler in the backyard. The church in our neighborhood has put up security cameras in response to thefts and prowlers. A part of their building not under video surveillance was recently tagged. This is a microcosm of far worse experiences elsewhere in Lentz. Many of those who can afford to are moving out of Lentz or already have, selling to unsuspecting new Portlanders or desperate first-time home buyers or developers who tear down and build new unaffordable housing. How long is the metropolitan area going to be able to sustain the illusion that it is a safe and welcoming place? If we build enough housing and supportive housing, we may yet ease our housing crisis. However, if we continue to ignore the lawlessness of our most vulnerable neighborhoods, what will be the cost to the livability of our region? Beaverton has recently made an agreement with the Amazon-owned doorbell company Ring to track crime in the neighborhoods. That you can post crime updates and connect with nearby households that Ring devices, asking residents to share video footage. In fact, you can check this out without even buying one of their devices. Hundreds of law enforcement agencies around the country have partnered with Ring. Beaverton Police see the agreement as a way to gain more evidence to investigate and eventually prosecute crimes, said spokesman Jeremy Shaw. Multnomah County holds all of the resources to the services and facilities that can restore livability for all of us. We look to you to show some respect to the housed and unhoused alike in developing strategies for the growth of our region. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Angela Todd. I live in Southeast Portland. I appreciate the opportunity to address council today. The following that I'm going to say isn't personal. I believe that you've been elected to do some very important work, and I'd appreciate your attention for 3 minutes because I'm here, like a lot of people. When considering what I wanted to talk about today, it seemed impossible to me to fit in everything that I wanted to say to you as I've taken off work to be here. And I thought I'd get right to the issue, though, and address the county's massive failure to uphold Portland's livability. I'm here speaking for many today. You aren't helping anyone currently. You're instead hurting people. You're not helping the homeless on the street who are mentally ill or drug addicted. You're not providing them services to help with their very real and deadly issues, and you've refused to look at common sense alternatives like Wapato. There are innocent people on the street who are victims to other homeless. I want you to know that. I am speaking of those criminals who are continued to have this catch and release program, who are multiple warrants released again and again. And a recent statistic that I have heard indicates that it only takes 36 hours for a woman to be assaulted who is homeless on the streets. And as an all-woman county, that alone should outrage you to perform epic changes. Many hard-working individuals, some with multiple jobs, live in the vicinity of these encampments. Most don't have the ability to take off work like I did today to come here and speak about the impact and the victimization that they are experiencing. They are tired of their vehicles and their bikes being stolen and their homes and property being invaded. And they're fed up with being told by police in this county and the city that nothing can be done. We have many on the streets with multiple warrants, as I mentioned, who knows that there is no consequence for breaking the law. Our police are unable to help us stay safe. People are actually not calling the police. This very council has implemented policies that, are careless and I don't know where our county tax dollars are going, but I can promise you that protecting the people in this city is absolutely crucial, and it's not happening. And that is a failure on this county's part. You're hurting small restaurants and shops. So many of them are moving out of the area. They have to deal with filth. They have to deal with campers. It's affecting business. People are moving, and you're ruining a place that we love. You should be ashamed of the state of Portland today. I don't care what the talking parts are. Absolutely ashamed. And commit yourself to some meaningful change. Thank you.
If you want to submit your testimony to the clerk, then we can.
Thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Vicki Oh, and I also appreciate the opportunity to address the commissioners today. I am here also along the lines of the safety and livability of the Portland metro area. I live in Northeast Portland, just north of the Montevilla area. In the past couple of years, the Northeast Portland area has also had a huge amount of crime associated there. Me personally, I've had 4 fence jumpers, 1 homeless with a gun while I was in my backyard. I have had break-ins of our cars. Right around the corner from where I live is where the lady, a young girl, was slashed across her throat just this past spring. I am also concerned about the lack of consideration for the use of Wapato. I believe that that is a building that is already built, can be modified with some limited amount of resources, and can be used in conjunction with other types of facilities to place homeless and criminals. And I think what I'm hearing from Multnomah County is just the opposite of that. We're closing down jail beds. We're not doing things that keep criminals in jail. And we're the ones that are suffering from that. We have those hardened criminals in our neighborhoods. I would also like to address the needle exchange at the church that's in the southeast Montevilla area. That is a source for drug deals going down on twice a week in the neighborhoods. It's like inviting drug dealers to go to that neighborhood. I think best practices for a needle exchange, I'm not opposed to needle exchange. I'm just saying best practice is in a place that is not a residential area. And I would ask that Multnomah County please consider that. Just wrapping up, because I know my 3 minutes are coming here, I would like to say that I am a physician recruiter in the Portland metro area. And in the last 3 years, I have recruited 180 physicians to this community. And I have suggested that not one of them live in the Portland metro area because of the crime. And that's a shame. That is so disappointing to me. And that's all I need to say.
Thank you. Thanks for coming this morning.